welcome to MrJay Build School. I hope you're having a wonderful and sublime, fantastical day. And this is pretty much what we're going to be building today is, well, not really building, but explaining 3D lines and why they are 3D and how to do them. This is very useful for a variety of things, such as terraforming and building. Hope you enjoy the video. So, as you can see right here, I'm just building a circle. Now, this circle is really easy. It's just a 3, 2, 1 circle. Now, you just have to make sure that whenever you're doing a circle, which is the basis for many organics and roofs and other things, is that you do it longer and then shorter, shortest, longer, and longest. Now, if you want to design a circle, you have to do this thing right here, which is sort of like the basis of a square. It's like making a square. So you have to sort of make a square, then change up the square to look like a circle. Now, if you don't want to accidentally forget that you're making a circle, you know, if you're doing a house or something, do something like this, which sort of shows exactly that it's not a square, and you wouldn't normally do this unless you're planning out a circle. So this is a good way to make sure that whenever you're building, you know that it's meant to be a circle and not a square. So if you do this, it's basically just making sure that every side is even, so that there's the same amount of blocks between them as all the rest of them, which will make sure that every side is the same length, which is very important for circles because they're exact same length for all sides. Now, as you can see, I just smoothed it right out, and now I got pretty much a perfect circle. And you can do this with almost any sized square-ish shape. Sometimes whenever you get to like 100 by 100 or even like 50 by 50, may not work, but it's very good. Still, you just have to do more editing when the bigger you go. So as we can see now, I'm showing you how to do diagonals. Now, these diagonals are a bit odd for many people to understand that, you know, you can't build houses diagonally. It does not look bad. So a diagonal is whenever something's not completely straight. I mean, it's still in a straight line, however, it's not at a 90-degree angle in Minecraft, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But this is what a diagonal is. I'm showing you examples. So it's not just up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. It can be up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And, you know, so on. I'm just going to keep showing you examples. And so you can take these and make houses out of them, or use them to create terraforming by being able to plan them out easier. You just need to make sure that you know what a diagonal is and you sort of know how to build a diagonal. I mean, obviously, you don't need to practice building diagonally. You just need to integrate it into your designs that you use. So as you can see, so far we got circles and diagonals. And so far, these things are very important. It's something that you just can use for many different things that just people don't even realize that you should be using it for. Diagonals, I use that for houses because it helps you create a really awesome looking house with less detail. So let's say if you're creating a city and you don't want to detail your houses for very long and you're trying to get it done as fast as possible, then you may need to do it diagonally. It just makes it faster. Obviously, not always. Don't do every house diagonal, but yeah. Same way with terraforming. You need to be able to do things in diagonally in terraforming because, you know, that's just what you're supposed to do. So now I'm showing you a bit of like a 3D line. Now it starts out with, you know, 1 up, 1 over, 1 up, 1 over, 1 up, 1 over. However, it's still 3D because it's taking two 2D. Sort of hard to explain without. Okay, so if we look at it from above, you can see that it's going diagonally. As you can see right there, you can see it's exactly the same thing as that diagonal line, the first diagonal line we did. It's the exact same thing when you look at it from above. Same way whenever you look at it, looking straight at it, you can see that it's just a line going diagonally, just upwards. So you're just going diagonally upwards as well as going diagonally in the other direction. So it's like it's 3D because you're taking 3 different dimensions, which makes no sense the way I'm explaining this, but taking 3 dimensions and then you're putting a line in it going through all 3 of them. I would need graph paper to explain this, but the next one would be this one right here, where you can see that I'm going 3 over, up 1, 3 over, up 1, or here, there we go, that's a better view. So going 3 up, over 1, 3 up, over 1, 3 up, over 1, 3 up. I hope you can see that. So you can sort of see that's 3 blocks forward, 1 block to the right, 3 blocks forward. That's sort of how it looks from that angle. However, whenever you go back down like this, you can see that's going 2 over, 1 up, 1, yeah, you can see that's going at a different angle than like what it's supposed to look like. So you can sort of see from the other one that it's like 2 different angles. Now, a better example is that one right there where you're going 3 over, 1 up, 3 over, 1 up, 3 over, 1 up, and then like 1 over. Anyways, so now we're doing that with curves as well. So we're creating a curve, and at that angle you can see it just looks like a 2-dimensional curve. Just looks like you drew a curve there. Then up there you can see it's just a diagonal line, exactly like the first diagonal line we did. Same way right there, you can see that it's just looking diagonal. We're just creating a diagonal line. However, from down here you can start seeing the curve. I really hope you're understanding this, because this is something that's really important. So I think just looking at this will help you understand it. From this angle right here, if you pause the video, then but don't, because then you won't be able to hear me. It just looks like a curve. That's it. It just looks like a curve. Doesn't look like it's going any direction. Now this is another really good example. So right here you can see I'm going 2 over. Okay, let's do this angle first. So this right here is just this almost the exact same curve as the other one right there. In fact, I believe it's the exact same curve. Yes it is. It's the exact same curve, but going at a top view of 2 up, right 1, 2 forward, wait, 2 forward, right 1, 2 forward, right 1, 2 forward, right 1. Which sort of goes to show you that you can create any type of curve or diagonal line at any angle in the game. So that's one reason why you can create things that look like spheres, which is about what I'm about to show you is how the best way to create a sphere. So first you have to plan out where your circle is going to be, and then possibly do some wireframing along the top to show exactly where it's supposed to be. However, right here I'm just showing that the easiest way to create a circle is just to go layer by layer. You can just see me, I'm just going from the first layer to the second layer and then to the third layer, and then right here I'm going BRB to change the rain so it won't rain. There we go. So you can just see that I'm literally just doing it layer by layer until I get it right. It's really easy to create a sphere, it's just time consuming. You just need to go layer by layer, just create a circle a bunch of times. It's just create a circle just over and over and over again. You can even do your terraforming this way. Like imagine this was a mountain or something, you could just create a mountain a layer at a time, which would take forever, but mountains do take a long time. So that's sort of showing an example of how you can do 3D lines or like a sphere without really needing as much work to put into it, because you're just doing 2D over and over again. Hopefully you got that. This right here is sort of an example what you can use with that information, which is sort of build a roof. So this is a really good example of how you can use these 3D lines, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you use the knowledge I just gave you to build some roofs, some terraforming, a house. You can build many things with this information. And now we can go down the line and see everything that we've done so far. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you use this information to create many amazing builds. And just practice it a little bit, but try adding it into what you're trying to do. Just add it into a house. Try it. So in the next video, I'll be showing you how to flip your really amazing and majestic builds. I'm not going to be showing you how to build this, but I will be showing you how to build, not really how to build half of it, but how to take half of your build that you created and flip it, so that you can create things much faster on Bedrock Edition. Yes, Bedrock Edition with the new commands. Hope you have a wonderful and sublime day, and I hope you enjoyed this video.